What an amazing day. I want to talk to you guys a little bit. Yesterday I was talking about habits. And so I want to kind of elaborate on that and pick up the subject again on habits. I was talking to a young lady. Um, I stopped her in the hallway and I said, you know what? I said, your personality is always nice. You're nice. You're respectful. You always have a beautiful smile. You greet people. And I went on and on and on. She said, well, my attitude wasn't so nice this morning because somebody tried to come after me. And I asked her, I said, well, what did you do? How you react? And she said, I had to walk away. She said, but in my mind, I wanted to fight and lash out. I said, you know what? I'm glad you did not fight or lash out. I say the best way to get a person, because you don't have to stoop to their level, is to not say anything at all and to walk away. But when you walk away with a smile, because if you walk away with a smile, I say you will leave them scratching their head and trying to figure you out. But if you walk away with a frown and the expression on your face showing that you are upset, then they don't want the battle. She said, I just walked away. She said, I just turned and walked away. I say the key question that I'm getting ready to ask you, what was your expression on your face? She said, it didn't look so good. I was in frowns. I said, so, okay, the next time when you walk away with a smile. Just walk away, don't say anything, but walk away with a smile. And I say that will kill the giant. And she said, thank you so much. So we began to kind of change the subject. And this is still on habits. And she began to tell me about her brother. He had 12 kids. He made mistakes in life and caused him to go to prison. She said, but in the midst of him going to prison, something happened to him to cause him to get cancer. And so they sent him off to a place somewhere. She mentioned it, but I don't forgot. But they sent him out to this place. And she said this place was mainly for celebrities. But in the midst of him being there, he changed. They sent him there to die because he had cancer. But in the midst of it, he began to read his word, read the Bible. He began to change his lifestyle, change his habits, and God healed him. And in the midst of it, he called his sister and he said to her, he said, I'm no longer the same person. I changed my old ways. I changed my bad habits. And now I don't even think the way that I used to think. I don't act the way that I used to act. He said, I have 2 more years here. But when I get out, he said, don't look for the old me because I have changed. He said, don't look for him because he's gone and he won't return. He said, but I am a new person. So I'm going to be doing new things that look strange to you guys, because y'all are so used to me doing things that's not reasonable or appropriate. He said, but look for a change in me. So what he was saying, that he put down the old habits. And whatever those old habits was, he's no longer the same. And I realized that picking up habits that we don't even need, even habits in relationships, habits on the job. I have students that go out on different sites, job sites, and I go with them and I observe how they pick up different habits when people begin to train them and show them different ways and different habits. And I had to pull one of my students aside and I say, you see how they reacting? I say, instead of them doing customer service, when they finish with a customer, they absolutely turn their back. Like, I'm done with you. You done paid for your products or your items, and I need you to leave. I say, that's how it looks to me. And I say, never pick up those bad habits. When you are serving a customer, make sure that they have everything, and do they need anything else? Make sure that you greet them and you do not turn your back after they have purchased their items. You greet them and ask them to come back again, and make sure you have good eye contact as they leave the store. So one of my students said, yes, ma'am. I say, and one thing I'm learning them is, don't do the right thing while I'm in your presence. Do the right thing because it is the right thing to do. Whether I'm in your presence or out, do the right thing. And so, the habits that we pick up along the way sometimes can hinder us. Sometimes it can change us, just like it changed that young man that was in prison, and he's still in prison. But in the midst of it, see, sometimes God has to place us in positions that nobody can get us out. I want y'all to listen to this. Sometimes God has to place us in positions to where nobody can help us, nobody can get us out. It's going to take God and God only to get us out of these positions and circumstances that we put ourselves in. It's going to cause us to bow down and call upon Him and to totally depend upon Him. So God had to move him to an unfamiliar place. He didn't know nobody. He had to make sure that he relied on nobody but God. And once God placed him there, he began to cry out to the Lord. He began to change because he wanted to change. And sometimes God has to place us in places and put us in positions that we don't even have no choice or get permission to be placed there, because we allow our circumstances, our emotions, and our behavior to interact in a manner to where it will take us to a place that we have to rely on God. Only God can get us out. So, my question to you today, or my thoughts for you today, is watch your behavior, watch your actions, and make sure that your habits don't overtake you.